Final pregame show today. I brought to you by Edge Philly Sports here at the StreetLight Kids League Room, the Structure Sports Event Center. I'm Big Al alongside here with Sal G. What's going on, Sal? What's going on? Mikey Laura, what's going on, brother? What's going on, Al? Sal? Hey, this will be perfect. You guys good, Al, Sal. Well, I'm Gobbler 3, at least for 24 hours. Well, it's always good to Gobbler 3, but guys, what you can do, you still have plenty of time if you're watching us, while you're checking it out. Come on down to the StreetLight Kitchen and Bar in the Drexel Brook Event Center at the Holiday Inn. Come on down. We will be here for the game. We'll be here for the post game, and we'll be here talking your amazingly hot fighting Phillies right now. Let's take a giveaway as well. Yes, guys, if you come on down, anybody that's already here has a chance to get a ticket. You have other ways to grab a ticket, or say coupon to grab that ticket. Possibly, it would be very easy that way. I don't know. Who can play yourself into the? Or the theater goes for this food being brought out here. I mean, it's distracting. Yeah, it's great food here. Some plenty of fans out here. You can hear in the background. We're here to talk to you guys, the fans that understand sports. Also, about the fighting Phillies. Phillies win their 10th season series opener in 11 series. Now, listen, I'm going to take it with a grain of salt. I always going to say this. I understand this tomorrow. What do I want to tell you, Mike? What does the team do? Beat the bad ones. Yeah, beat the bad ones. Not just guys who the Philadelphia Phillies are beating everybody that they put in front of them. And they're frustrated. And you saw the picture last night. It came, Gatorade didn't stand a chance. Johnny Gloves didn't stand a chance. Gloves didn't stand a chance. Except the batter. They're going to put David against the same batter who he faced against the Phillies. Yeah, I mean, we're going to run around those past three with the Phillies. Who's like the most trouble? Like the Giants. Okay? The Phillies haven't been able to beat the Giants for God knows how long. Like for the last God knows how many years they've had our number. And for the first time, beat them, and then it's been good management too. Bob Murray's pretty good for management. And for the Phillies, beat them. In the little get ready for this series, they got the best record in baseball after a not so hot start. So, this says a lot about the team, and the guy who check them out right now, we got to get into it, man. We're going to talk a little bit of danger in a moment, absolutely, because not on everybody's bingo card to be the king of things this season so far. So, why don't we do that? We'll jump into that right now. This little second I call Ranger. So let's talk about that Ranger Suarez. Last night, 7 innings pitched, no earned runs, 9 Ks, and only 3 hits allowed the whole time. So far on the season, he's 7-0 with a 1.50 ERA, 55 strikeouts, 8 walks, and all in 54 innings pitched. That's 1 strikeout an inning, guys. And that is almost 1 walk a game. Yeah, he's been dominant. He's been real dominant, and, looking at the Phillies pitch there, for the most part, Phillies been really good. Starting pitching has been excellent throughout the season. Even picked up a stand there the other night, got me again. Because we heard he was only going to go 3 innings. And, playing our little parlays that we usually do for the game, Stan has been out the ball, but Trevor came in and pitched well again. So the Bucks have really been blessed by good starting pitching. But your thing goes, really, Alvarado's been good. It's going to be right now. Yeah, keep him like that too. I mean, listen, the bullpen has been really good, and part of I ask you guys this question is it due to how good this team's playing? Is the confidence moving through everybody? Is that just just one member, these couple members? It's just trickling effect. Well,
I'm going to tell you, I think it's Caleb confidence. Like it starts with him. This guy's been a great pitching coach for the Phillies. Um, I'm not sure when he officially became the pitching coach, but when Miller was with the Mets, he was a pretty good pitcher. He wouldn't be what I would call considered ace. When he came here to the Phillies, he reached another level. He became an ace. Chris and Hawkins doing with these guys, all the starting pitchers, they're all competitive. They all want to be the guy every time they're out on the mound. They all try and outdo each other. There's friendly competition. These guys love each other. And you see that throughout starting pitching and the bullpen. And I think why the bullpen is doing so well is because Thompson has trusted his starters to go deep in the games. You've got the bullpen guys, when they're called on, are fresh for the most part. They're not taxed. And that's what you're going to see earlier in your season. I'd rather the starting pitchers go deep in the games now than rather they're short, pack the bullpen, and then as the end of the year winds down, then all of a sudden you're asking your starters to go longer. I think it's better to have your starters go long now, and then if you want to dial it down an inning or two and let your bullpen guys work, you could do that. And I think it's more past the success doing it that way, the way the Phillies are now.
So just so you know, last night's game, the Friday night, the Mays Field and see it. Top scorer two league was getting some backstory in this is off today as expected. Hopefully not a big big long term thing with Powell, but these are things that are going to happen, especially with the best, especially why a guy like him swings. So hopefully there won't be a long term thing yet for Orange 99. So let's talk about it. But you know what? One thing I've learned, Mike, I'm going to ask you this question, is doesn't matter. Everybody, it's like next man up mentality has been working for the team. Yeah. The mic, not this mic. Is that a mic on mic crack? Yeah, pretty much. Listen, I truly believe that if the way that this team has been, when one guy starts kind of showering up, there's somebody else to step in or kind of rise to the occasion. We kind of saw it earlier in the year with the daycare. The daycare was kind of covered, really kind of carrying this team for a while. Bohm and March and Stott. Stott kind of cooled off a little bit. Next thing Trey Turner started picking it up and he got hot. And he got hurt. Next thing you know, now Casby's starting to really hit. He's starting to come around. Rojas is starting to really, really put some good bats together. He's getting the ball. A little bit of a power stroke going on for him. Got a couple home runs. So, I mean, it's really not just one person. If you take a look, also, if you really take a look, also, Pate's also been hitting Berger with he's in there. He's there. It's just, the only thing they can't do is pitch hit. They're really not good. Pitch hitters are like over 11 pitch hitters. They really haven't had to. Really not going to pitch hit or anything when the beat teams out. They're giving guys a rest at the end of their couple innings for 8-9 runs up on somebody. So I guess they really haven't had to. There hasn't been really on the season. There was a couple more opportunities, I think, for game winning or game tying type moments, but you really have to go through problems. No, I mean, you look at
If you look at the Phillies as far as talking about Vince and all, the one thing I think we needed was a left-handed bat. And now that we have Cody Clemens up here, I mean, he's filling that role nicely. The guy's got some pop. He's filled in nicely when he's played. He just seems to come up big. So I think we might have the left-handed bat that I think we needed as far as the bench piece goes. Keep him up here. Let him play. He can play third. He can play first. I actually heard he could play some outfield. He can't play outfield worse than Whit Merrifield. I like that, but I seem to have like some adventures out there in the outfield. It doesn't seem to be a natural position for him at the infield spot.
And we're going to talk about some other guys here. We're going to get into it a little further. But let's look right now at the lineup as they are designed right now. Whit Merrifield will be at third base today, and he will be starting in the lineup today, the one spot. Blazer Romuto in the two spot of catcher. Harper at first base. Bo will be DHing today.
Perhaps pulling off that hip a bit too.
Yeah, giving guys the proper rest that they need to. Castellanos at right field, Stott at second base, Sosa at shortstop, Christian Pache at left field, and Rojas at center field. And speaking of Johan Rojas, I want to talk about that in just a moment because I remind you that this is brought to you by InjuryLaw.com. That's right, David Arteri is the man with the plan for motor vehicle, personal injury, criminal law needs. David Arteri is there for you to help you in those tough moments of your life. Go to CherryInjuryLaw.com or simply call it 610-565-0300. Again, that phone number again is 610-565-0300. CherryInjuryLaw.com. So let's talk about Johan Rojas because I'll be honest with you, this might be a little bit of a me taking my bell. I know it's a little early bell. But Johan definitely struggled in the postseason last year. Nobody can doubt that. But at the same time, he struggled with it again. And a lot of people didn't want to give more than a week or two to change his ways when they were about to send him down the minors and be done with it. I don't know if that was the impetuousness or the feeling of having to win a World Series this year that he would be holding us back instead of helping us. It definitely has made a turnaround. 2024 so far, he's got a 234, 2 home runs, one of them being last night, with 10 RBIs and with 12 runs. From your 9-hole hitter, I mean, Stout, did you have much more than that?
No, and the one thing I said about Rojas is if he can bat 229, and that's the average last year, 9-hole hitters in Major League Baseball, the average is 229. So if he can bat around there or above, yeah, that would be great. If it's a little less, that's fine because you gold glove defense.
I think part of the problem is also he's in that process, as that whole team cooled off, he was an automatic out.
Right.
And that was where it became a problem. I don't think a pitcher needs to be back before the DH was a thing. Mike?
I like the way he responded, to be honest. The game is good play on the field. Defensively, he hasn't really taken a step back, and you can see he's actually starting to get more and more confidence up there at the plate. And, I don't really hear this year's postseason for him. It's been just a simple hitter, and it kind of snowballed on him. That will happen to young players. Look at Ryan History. He went from A-ball all the way up to the majors and was fucking dominant playing, the right kind of little break. And sometimes when you get a little break, they have to taste that the first time for them to, make adjustments and see that it's not as bad.
There he is. There he is.
The man is here. What's up, Phil? What's
going on, man? You want to jump on in? Yeah. Going on.
Like, we're a company here. You get 3 Holy Cross Crusaders that were sent a cable on it. And you're trying to see that again on video, on radio, anywhere. Holy Cross Crusader here, Phil Stice. What's going on, Phil?
What's going on, guys? Phil, for all of those who don't know, Phil is runs trending in the AM here at the Phillies Sports. Just started with us the last couple of weeks. So thanks for joining us. Hello.
I forgot why I hated Delco traffic so much. I'm driving all the way out here from Kennett Square. Could have been 40 minutes. It took me an hour and a half.
That sounds about right. Yeah, exactly. And that guy wasn't around Christmas time. He'd be really sweet.
Yeah. What do we got going on? I can hear you across the parking lot calling you guys. So what do we got going on?
Well, we were just talking about Johan Rojas a little bit. And like I said, I'm the guy that kind of got a lot of heat, a lot of flack in the beginning of the season for saying you got to stick by the kid a little bit. You got to stick by the kid a little bit. You got to give him a chance. Everybody wanted to kind of sum up the trick and grab somebody else. And his defense wasn't worth the hassle or a headache or whatever it is. Do you feel that he's turned the corner? Is the confidence the whole team's exuding? Like, is it sustainable now? He's hit at 234. I said earlier, 2 runs, 10 RBIs with 12 runs scored. As a 9-hole hitter, is he doing what he's supposed to do with his stellar defense? And are you happy with Johan Rojas?
Yeah, so the way I felt about Johan Rojas on the start of the year was, first, I have this philosophy that when you're trying to win a title in sport, you don't have time to see what the young kids got. You're all in or you're not. So with the Phillies and their payroll and their lineup that they've got, they had the ability to give him the time to learn on the fly, to grow with this lineup. And so you didn't need a lot. If Johan Rojas at 230, causing you to lose games, and you've got a lot of other bigger issues, than just that, if that makes sense to you guys. So I think he's done fine in that role. He does not have a lot of pressure on him. But on the flip side of things, if he takes it up a little bit more, along with, Nick Castellanos starting to hit finally, stuff like that, I don't think this lineup can be stopped by anybody in baseball. So, I mean, I'm happy with what he's done so far. Can he do a little bit more? Sure. But it's not hurting us.
Replacement does count defense. It does put it into play. It's not just that. You're what you do with the glove. But
Tell you what, in those things, certainly a lot of people don't really. They talk about it, but they don't. It's the Phillies looking for a baseball. Like if you had a kid who's throwing like the car, the screen at the bottom of this Phillies lineup is so dangerous. If you really look at it, look at the last three batters. It's Scott, Rojas and Tata. When they're in that lineup, that team right there. God, I mean, guys like Snorton and Rico and Turner, it's going to be pretty eye heavy for these guys because these guys are getting on base no matter if they're walking, hitting, and like I said, you're going to hit it. You're moving these guys. These guys are running. So, and I think it's a blessing, especially with Rojas. Rojas, when he gets on, he's not scared to take a look. And it's been more record. So, to me, I don't care. Let him hit 240. Once he gets on base.
When was the last time the Phillies had this much speed in their lineup? It's very refreshing to see that.
speed.
Because next time we've seen them have this type of speed, they got the Ron Samuel, Bob Vernier, Milt Thompson, his go around.
Yeah.
Jeff Stone, you remember all those guys that, they were the terrible Phillies teams, but those guys were wrong. And now you don't really see it until, they brought these guys in. And I'll tell you what, we're talking about, let's give it a cachet too, because a lot of people write him off as well as just being just a defensive guy. He was in Oakland, went to the Braves where he went to the Braves. But the A's not going to play him because the A's don't pay nobody. They've all been a sheet. For them to offer him to the Phillies,
Shea was a highly regarded prospect in his first draft. And if he could play a small role with us, I think that's good. Something new.
All right, guys. So, listen, I'm going to ask you another question. I have one line up here for you. And doing these post-game shows, especially, we see a lot of people who look down. Always on the negative side. I know, Philadelphia, really, he would have thought that there'd be some sort of negative something. If the teams aren't that good, or wait till you see the better team. Wait till the other shoe drops on this player and that player. One of them is that we saw a lot, especially early on when they were not doing too well in the first. I can say early on, it's like literally the first 10 days, or whatever you want to say. But one of Rob Thompson, I've not seen much game on, guys. So the tip. I said something like I don't hear as much Rob Thompson hate. It's just, the players are playing real well. It's not Rob Thompson. But when they're playing bad, it's Rob Thompson. Your thoughts on Rob Thompson right now at this point is going forward fail.
In Rob, I trust. This guy can do no wrong in my eyes anymore. I doubted him. The guy, Turner gets hurt. They're like, oh, what the hell are they going to do? Well, they just back Real Muto second, and then they're crushing. No matter who this guy puts in the play, they step up. Cody Clemens steps up. He makes he's crazy with platoon. He has a crucial split. Similar to how can you bench Holmes? How can you bench Real Muto at the same time? He did it the other night. It worked out. The Phillies win. They crush. So no matter what Rob does, he's a mad scientist. I tip my cap to him. I'm in his corner. I fully trust him going forward. For real. No Rob talk. No Rob hate till next week.
I'll let somebody that wants to top. I'll crush it. So if you want to bet nice, you can go for it.
There's always one.
There's always one.
I don't. For me, honestly, go either way with me. Really, he's made some good. He's made some good decisions. Still made some bad ones too. So I'm not in that role Robbie I trust. Let me just get us from where we got to go, and we can talk from there. And, he again, too, he's got a pretty talented roster to go along with that. So, yeah, you may lose a Trey Turner, but like you said, like you did say, when somebody goes down on the team, somebody else is stepping in and doing what they need to do. So, for me, I'm sorry, I feel like the roster kind of bailed him out. And look at the Phillies pitching stand right now. How many vaccinations?
Like I said, but Philly's bailing him out, man. Look, where does the line end? Like, where, and I know, and I know so about the country. But oh, my entire, like, where does the line to the stands is wrong? That's my question. I mean, not saying every level, I'm also not saying you should hate them. I was asking you, where is the line going to the stand where so if any manager comes in here who has this lineup of star-studded, high-paid, talented players, it's never going to be on this. It's always going to be if they do good, he's lucky to have them. If they do bad, he's called.
I mean, that's it. I'm growing up in the comment section of Training AM because I do trust Rob Thompson. I mean, it's the easiest job in all of Philadelphia. Not just for experience, not as a municipally team. It seems we got that much money. But somebody said, well, what did you think of Charlie Manuel? I'm like, well, he won us the World Series. But if he did win the World Series, we wouldn't think so highly of Charlie Manuel. So if Rob Thompson does not deliver a World Series with his team, then we're going to look back on this time, not on this little stretch of 2 months of winning games. We're going to look back at it as a disappointment.
Exactly.
Because $300+ million for right now.
Like, Rob Thompson convinced in that same it's throwing. Well, like I said, I don't feel the manager can win games, but he can go for losing games. So it's kind of a catch-22 when it comes to management. It really is. And listen, I get that. But my point is, you had Joe Girardi, sorry to pull up, in here with almost as good as this lineup here, and they were failing miserably. And until he changed, everything else changed. So obviously there was a culture problem with him, or whatever it was, the team didn't believe in him, something along those lines. Since Rob's come in here, they've been to the World Series, they've been to the NLCS playoffs. Yes, it's not going to consider that we're here to get to the big one. Yeah. We're here to get to the job. We're here to do the job of winning a championship and heading down Broad Street. Where do you draw the line and say, yeah, I've been an important part of this team?
Culture-wise, he's been a very important part of this team. Obviously, there's no doubt about it. They love him. He's got that, fatherly, persona. But when the going gets tough, that's when you question it. Because you can draw similarities to like Nick Sirianni. When the going got tough last year for the Eagles, that culture fell apart.
Yeah.
Everything fell apart in the locker room. If the gets in this lineup, if more injuries happen, if Bryce Harper starts hitting 200 or whatever it may be, Ranger Suarez is not a Cy Young pitcher anymore. What's going to happen next? What is Rob Thompson going to do to bring them back together? And we don't know because they haven't faced that kind of adversity yet. So,
let me ask this question. Come back to those again. Like, what did we ask this team to do before the season started? Start on. Yeah. Would this team be any hotter than they are now? No. So no, not that they just come close to expectations. In my eyes, they probably have exceeded expectations. So again, I asked the question: where's the line in the sand drawn?
Right, yes.
Right now,
Sal, Pro, Officer, Bill, Mike, feel otherwise.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that we should quit rid of Topper or anything like that.
He's not he's a piece.
But he's also
something to do with
it. But he was also a piece of them losing earlier too. I mean, some of the managerial meetings, we were just cracking our heads going, what's he doing? So again, I don't feel like it's the whole thing of
it's like the quarterback analogy, Quarterback can have a great game, but then they still lose 31-17, and it's still his fault. So it's the same thing with Thomas, and until he, hoists up that trophy, we're going to look at it and say it's a fair season, even though they're losing 100 some odd games. I don't think it's fair, but it's the truth. And listen, the expectations are definitely there. That's without a doubt. The expectations are there. I think we all at this table can agree upon. Well, I'll say I am World Series or done.
Okay. 1,000.
Yeah, I think that's something we have.
I'm not there because I'm so used to watching frat lines.
Let's say it's fairly early season. If they don't win the World Series,
They don't win. No. If they make it to the World Series, only one team can win. If they make it to the World Series, they make the
well, they made it 2 years ago. They kind of fell short, but they got super cold. They got figured out a little bit. Again, a little on Rob. Not a little, a lot on Rob to the end of the NLCS. I'll say that's a little on Rob. A lot on the teams are not adjusting. So one thing I can take, and I kind of tweeted this out last night, is let's take Kyle Schwarber for instance. Everybody loves a good old-fashioned Schwarber, right? Sure. Well, Kyle Schwarber, we're not as excited right now when he's hitting singles and doubles. Mm-hmm. He's getting on base. He's driving in runs without having to crush the ball.
Doing what he's supposed to do as a leadoff.
Listen, he's still above that Mendoza line with gunning being called in the 200 level, the 200 number.
Below his weight. He's in the back below his weight.
But my point is that he is doing what we asked him to do.
Yes.
Okay? So, that's where I don't know. I just don't get why anything else less than a World Series would be unacceptable to anybody at this point in time.
So let me rephrase your question with another question, because I love to do that. Let's put it back on the table.
Are we married? What? We're married. My wife's right there, so
Kind of works.
thing is,
Exactly. If they fall short, if they don't get to the World Series, what will you think of it? With this payroll, if this team collapses, will you give him the credit for the failure? Because you give him all the credit for the positive thing. We give him the credit for that's how it happens. Some of his questionable decisions that he makes, we win despite that a lot of the time. But eventually, law of averages, it has to level out. Right? Some of the four things that we try to level out.
It's not a very important suggestion from me, and I think look at it too. Really, if you're looking at it from a whole, as far as your schedule is concerned, just kind of few tough things. But to me, I don't think they played the top tier teams. I mean, other than Atlanta, I mean, well, are there teams that are above them? But the third best team is no. Right now, yeah. But I mean, I want to see them. Like I said, it's a good first step. We never beat the guy. Never. We haven't beaten the guy in a series, a season series, probably like 6 years. Mm-hmm. So just the fact that we got off on that good footing with them and we just win games from them, that says a lot to me. Going forward with the team, but again, with Brooke, it says law of averages, man. So many things are going to come back and bite us in the butt. But I mean, I think the team's good enough. This is where the team part comes in. This team is good enough to cover some of the management's mistakes. And vice versa, I think he's good enough to maybe figure things out from maneuver it. Again, I'm kind of with Phil over here. I don't think he deserves all of the credit because of the team that he has. But he deserves some. But like I said, as much as we want to give him credit, you also got to give him, grief because of some of the things that he has done early on. So real quick, one thing, we're just doing law of averages, things coming up, coming down, shoes dropping, whatever you want. If you want a guarantee, GuaranteeTickets.com, that's a guarantee right there. Guarantee you're going to get a great price. You're going to get no hidden fees, and you're going to find it hard to get tickets. You're going to go to GuaranteeTickets.com for all your sports contributors, and as well as, I don't care if you're in the Philadelphia area or not, you can go anywhere to Continental, go to StreetLight.com for your ticket needs. Save on them. If they get additional 10% off by using that great promo code, I'm sorry, Mike, I checked up and I didn't know it. EOP fans will take you 10% off.
It's StreetLight.com. Again, that promo code is that's right, EOP tax 10% off at StreetLight.com. Don't use the rest, use the best. Go to StreetLight.com. And don't forget, go to StreetLight.com. They have a great set of Phillies trips coming up. You go to Baltimore at Camden Yards, beautiful place for the day. Great prices, by the way. You and the kids, if you keep it going, it's flying down there stadium sometimes. Go to Chicago for a week in July. Head out the Pirates play at PMC. There's all these great opportunities, as well as Phil's favorite place, Brazil. That's right. For the Eagles, they'll be dropping their schedule next week, so that means Philly Sports Trust will be dropping their schedule later. Yeah, either. The whole show. Yeah. We're during that one. Go to PhillySportsTrust.com. All right, guys. Let's look at this game come up. Here's your lineup for the Marlins. You've got Chisholm leading off. You got Dennis Cruz batting second, Berger third, Bell fourth, Sanchez fifth, Gordon sixth, Rujan seventh, Lopez eighth, and Cortez nine. Real team center there, right, Phil?
Well, this is a team that you can tell has absolutely folded. They've already sold pieces. General manager Kim Eng has already said, they've already called it quits for the season. So Luis Suarez is the first one to go. I didn't watch yesterday's game. I heard something on the radio. Rangers struck out 7 Marlins with cold strikes. That's pretty hard to do. The fact that they're not even lifting their bat, I kind of question some of the motivation in the players. I'm not going to say they're not trying or anything like that, but this lineup and this team is not carried off. You're
still going to be scared of Jimmy Spells. Our Spells always tends to hit the Phillies. The Phillies first. You're like, yeah. And I'll tell you what, we're going to be on bad teams. It's just him. Nobody else is doing anything around him. I'll tell you what, I love the chance Taylor Cruz for them. He's a really good up-and-coming player. So yeah, their lineup can be a little pesky. I do feel like the Phillies have a better end on the hitting aspect tonight. Jesus Rosario going for the fish.
First game back since April 20th. He's hurt, so
yeah,
short leave today.
That's what I'm thinking. Kind of hoping. Taijuan Walker. What Taijuan are we getting today? That's the big question. Are we going to get the Taijuan Walker who looked dominant last start, or are we going to get the one that gets Sterling who's second practice? So
it's actually a bigger test against this Marlins team today than we realized. Hey, you bring a Taijuan Walker, but like this Pardo guy. I'm trying to log in. I can't get on any access here with my phone, but he strikes me the guy that we struggled with in the past. Those pesky, really bad left-handed pitchers that throw jumps. Year past, this Philly team would have gone, 2 hits today against this type of pitcher. This year, that hasn't happened against those pitchers. Again, another day where we'll see if this team is for real. You don't have Schwarber out there today. I missed that last time.
He kind of back spasms at the end of the game.
Continuing to win these games against pitchers and teams where you're supposed to win, that's the key when come October. That gives you that lead, that cushion. And this is a game that a year or two ago, the Phillies lose. They lose 2-1 or 3-2 in this game. So another game like this, seeing them, come out and dominate like they're supposed to, it would be a big thing for this team.
I want to try to hit some of these comments real quick. Checking in with your favorite menu item. You answered the question. I know, Mike, you were saying the smash burger was one of the
smash burger here is unbelievable. We had it the last pre and post that we did. So, but I'm looking to see what they have today. We got the whole menu.
The menu will be available for the game. It'll be available for the post game.
Yeah, guys, if you're close by, get out here. Come say hello.
I put my man Adam over there.
Yeah, we talked to Adam earlier.
I love Adam.
It's a beautiful day. Don't let the phone tell you that it's going to be a cool day. It is nice and toasty out here. We have a democratic chance right now. There's one of them. Okay. Right now.
It's mandatory here.
Well, it's not kind of sleep when you're being around the Cowboys project, but you guys are living in Bali forever.
Virginia, I thought Gallows was here. I want to see. I just want to see what it's about.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
It was so went to that. It's at the word. You took the blue pin by committing your fire, Dallas. Think about Jesse said that. You would not even yeah. It's a cute little thing we're doing here, right? You little bit.
How does that be feel about Thompson? I think I already know.
He's a Hey Rojas. He's such a great manager. Where is his long-term deal? The Phillies don't know about him yet.
You know what? He's not a bad guy.
I said that in the audience. Listen, it's not a bad place. I'm not going to say it, but I mean, that's why
Yeah, I think he's for 3 years.
last year, maybe them for 4 years. So it'll be a lame duck this year.
This year.
Yeah, he was president last year.
People don't even remember this. Let's take for extension. Before he took over, he was talking about retiring. You know, before that, the year he took over for Joe Girardi, going into camp that year, he was begged by Joe Girardi and Jacob Rouse to stay for one more year. Then Joe Girardi got fired. He got promoted. He even talked about X-22 not wanting to come back because he's been in baseball for 30 years. He's all he's done. And that has something to do with the lack of commitment.
It's Thompson's call whether or not he wants to keep running it out.
Yeah.
Maybe if they win a World Series, he rides up in the sunset and says, "I know I'm done." Hand it off to Caleb Thompson because that could be your next man.
If what he points this out, I'm not sitting there telling you he's God. He's the complete answer to everything. But where does it? That's why I keep saying the line in the same. Where do we finally? When do we? I guess maybe a better question.
Somewhere north.
Yes. When do we finally say, okay, Rob? Like Rob did kind of handle it. I mean, you got. Did they all decide, like, we're not going to listen to Rob, let's like make him feel good about it, and then just move forward without him, and then go on this really great tear for 2 months now, or not 2 months, month and a half, whatever it is, 6 weeks in. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what they're telling you. He is the answer to everything.
But the players love him, and that plays a part. If the players don't like the manager, and it seems like these days, smart-ass managers like Joe Girardi, it doesn't work anymore. And you need to be a manager. I'm not saying coddling these guys, but you need to be a player's manager. And, you know,
The Jim Leland like managers.
Jim Leland.
I love those guys. Dan Newton, I like.
Or video of him bursting out Barry Bonds.
Yeah,
It was
he's great.
awesome.
It's great. We need like, I don't know, like 20 more managers like those guys. They were awesome.
Goatee.
And he's great. Pregame was crazy.
Yeah.
He was crazy.
But here, let me say, of course, another Matty B. Morning, all that here. No, I want to go against him. I want to fight him. I'm going to argue over tonight. I'm sick of the cupcake narrative. It's early season. Everyone's starting themselves. It doesn't matter who they play on July. It's a marathon for a season. Any game in July or August is tough. I understand that point. I get that a lot. But my point is, let me ask you guys this question. If you take last season, or even the season before that, right, and get off the half of this part that they get now, that if you take the April and May that they're having so far, put it on 2022 or 2023, this team winning the division. Am I wrong?
Well, I can agree with you on that one. And I see Matty's point to it a little bit, but I also see.
But it's scary. I get it.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but again, like Matt, I agree, but I disagree because, you know, we lost the division in these months a year ago when the Phillies were playing. Like, when they got off and put up with a horrible start. So, by them playing well, it's going to lessen the ball. And besides, too, like, you know, the injury bug has caught us to a couple of times in our division. Like, the Braves losing Strider for the year is huge. That's huge. And the Mets, you know, the Mets are going to do next six. You know, they make an interesting and then they, you know, they disappear. And let me ask you a question, guys. We're looking around the NL, okay? Do you guys still believe in the Dodgers? Because I don't. I think between the Dodgers and the Braves, I don't know which team chokes the most.
So talk about managers there. That's a high payroll. They have a manager. They got bumped out of the first one the last 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
What do you think of their manager?
I feel like he should be going. Louis Porter should be on his last. Like, this is his last show around. I believe that.
Is there a current manager in baseball that you prefer over Thompson? Because I can't think of one. There is no.
Ricky Burton, again.
He retired.
Yeah, he's not even Texas.
No Brian Snicker.
No, I feel like that dude built for the cluster, man. Like, it was so funny. I told you.
You have the evidence that that's true.
Well, here's the thing. The Braves won the one World Series a few years back. But they succeeded two most checking the team for baseball. So, Braves want to show first. Either them or the Dodgers. One of the two had, the Braves, they're not having the right time with the Braves. And, they won. But to me, I don't think Whitmer's much of a manager. They really don't. Because he's got a really, really good team as well. They let him see the wrong part at the wrong time, most of the time.
I did actually have the opportunity when the Phillies beat the Braves to be in that post-game interview with Snicker, and Anthony Watson answer the question about this, like, this is 2 years in a row, this is what's going on. Typically in the beginning, shout out, it's just, it's 2 bad years, it's 2 bad times of bad luck or whatever he kind of used the term as. He said it came around a little bit. They're going to make some changes. Because if you think about it, they changed what they did last year, or 2022, going into it, because they took a lot of time off. But they changed, they played a little bit more, worked out a little bit more between their time off and their postseason. Didn't change anything. So again, you bring this good point about the manager up. Like, it is on the players to play. We always say that players play. I agree with that. But managers got to manage on their egos. Got to manage. They're a bunch of billionaires or millionaires. Millionaires. You know what I mean? You got to manage the egos. You got to manage the players. You got to keep them from getting ahead of themselves, as well as keep them excited about what they're doing. It's a hard job. You don't care if you've ever managed little league or if you manage the pros. It's not an easy job to keep the spirit up. But I understand it's too early to be excited. But I keep looking back. If we had the same 22 and 23 as we did right now, we'll be a bunch different. It's very great.
Retired Braves, Andy Reid, enjoy the wins, man. Why can't we just enjoy what's happening right now? Why do we have to wait for the shoe to drop? Now, we're at the top of the mountain right now. We're number one. And
so the only way that should go is
we're going to have a losing streak. That's baseball, right? The law of averages. All that.
Have a 10-game losing streak happen in baseball.
Pace for what? 110 plus wins? That's probably not going to happen. If we go 500 the rest of the way, which probably isn't going to happen either, we'll win 93, 94 games. So I think we can win 100 games. And it's not
hard. Take 9 games. If you win 100 games, which is this season, all right?
Yeah.
You agree? How many games do you lose? 60. 62, right? Well, it's not 62. He didn't get a horse. Yeah. You wouldn't get me a horse. Yeah. I knew it was Mike had a shoes on. Come get there. It's not my. The ran out of fingers. We're flip-flops when we did that. But real quick, as we're getting to the end of it, and we got Luzardo, like you said, he's pitching today. They probably announced it. Took forever for him to fully announce it. I don't know why. I guess that might be a sign that he's going to be on a pitch count today. If they took that long to announce that he's pitching, maybe they were a little on the hook there with him. I don't know. But Mike, I'll start with you. I'll start down on that end. Your thoughts on today and what happened? Give me player of the game. Give me your final score or give your prediction.
Player of the game. I'm going to say Grayson Stott today. I think he goes 2 for 4 with an RBI. I like Todd today too. I think Walker gets in, and I think he goes 7 today. They've been averaging about 6 or 7 the starters. So I think we'll give them at least 6. Before they have to get to the bullpen. But I like the Phillies to win today. Like 7-4 today. And real quick, I have a power play 3 today. For this game, my power play 3 is Stott with an RBI. We're going to move over the hit. And if you really want to top off that Jerry, put Harper in for a home run today.
I'm going to take that up. I might go. That's the power 3 that I like to go. Might be going power 6 or power 9. You try to jump in. I love a good power run. 10 like power run. They're really good. That's why I'm saying. Sorry, that's all good football. Look, I'm going to set negative here, but I think the Phillies win this game. I don't think it's as easy as people think. Luzardo's one of those guys, he might be on a short hook, like you guys said. So we're going to get into their bullpen. So I expect the Phillies to score a lot of runs. There's a lot of people being very high and positive on Taijuan Walker. I'm not sure yet on Taijuan Walker. Yeah, me neither. I don't think he can go 6 or 7. At some point, he is going to get roughed up early in the game. His first 2 outings, they were later in the game when he fell apart. So I see this being more of a bullpen game from both sides. Something in the neighborhood of 9-7 Phillies, something like that. Nick Caston's been hit really well. Somebody's got to step up in replacement of Cal Korver. So I'm going to go with a Nick Castellanos home run today. I'm going to go with, 9-7. I think 9-7 is a really good score, and I think it's going to be a shootout of a score here today in this game.
I like it. So if we beat Luzardo today, I'm sure people are going to make excuses like Matty B. Why he's on the 5th guy? He's coming off the injury, so it doesn't count. Remember, guys, the other day,
from Harvard. That is my rule.
Yeah. Other day, we faced Jose Barrios, who is the #1 leader in ERA in all of baseball, and we slipped him. So that has to count for something. So I think the Phillies can. I'm not going to say easily win the game, but I think if Taijuan can keep them in the game, and it seems like Taijuan starts to unravel once he faces the order the 3rd time around. So once he hits that, 7th inning mark, seems like, the gas tank is on empty. So if he can keep them in the game, keep it close, the Phillies can win it. I'm not going to say easily win it, but the Phillies can win it.
Well, right now, Walker is our 5th pitcher. So if my 5th pitcher goes 5 innings, I'm a happy camper. But yeah, I'm not sold on Walker too. I mean, we'll find out. Still don't understand totally what happened. In the postseason, the guy couldn't get. He won a bullpen game in an LCS championship series. Still couldn't get any time. Makes 0 sense to me, but whatever. So the next player game will be Mr. Whitberry too. I think we're getting the leadoff spot. We get some extra at bat. I think you'll see some. I'm not going to see power. You're not going to see a leadoff home run. Maybe you will. I don't know. But I see you guys can get the game started. I can see the Phillies continue to do what they did last time. They're not going to have, I'm not going to see a 4 or 5 run in 1 inning. I think you're going to see a lot of 1, 2, 3 throughout a different inning. I think Walker will give up some stuff here in too. So I'm going to go with a 7-3 Phillies victory and with Barry Jones play the game tonight.
Wow, so we got the same score. We got different players.
Yeah, so. Listen, the Marlins are different around. We saw it against Soto last night. But it's hard not to pick the Phillies. Trying to be at home. I'm sure we're getting that right now. It's just the Phillies are not the best team in the league right now. The Marlins are if not the worst, the second worst, that's first team in the league. So, the odds are always against them.
Really worse.
Even worse than the White Sox?
They're the worst right now.
So yeah, best versus worst. I pick the best. I mean, got to go with the odds on this one. Other than that, Phil, thank you for sitting in with us today.
Yeah, Phil.
We've never sat at a table with 3 other guys before. You know what I mean? So, not that you can tell people. Not that you can tell people again. The bigger guys can be fantastic.
No, totally. Thank you.
I've seen that movie begin. Yeah. Right. Thanks, Phil. Mike, thank you for joining us. We've seen Mike on the post as well. Sal will be here on the post. And I will be here as well. We'll be here at the StreetLight. So if you're here, come on out, hang out, try to bring and you're going to talk Phillies with you. We're going to pour ass in right here. Then we come back here and join in some more at the end live. We do the fight with Kyle Hurriel here. And hopefully the Phillies beat the Marlins and take the series early and maybe go for a sweep tomorrow. But I'm not going to have I'm going to hope for a win today, 1 game at a time.
1 game at a time. Long season.
Yeah, but listen, like I said, enjoy it. Learn to have fun. Learn to enjoy it. Learn to take your win. You have to be happy at one point. I swear to God, this sports base does not know when to be happy. You're not trying to happiness with anything. Really can't. And they can ruin for the rest of it. Other than that, I'm Big Al.
I'm Little Sal. Not as Big Al.
Yeah. Phil, I didn't know I did exit myself here. That's Benny in there? Yeah, 7 a.m. Everybody be part of that Philly Sports, starting 8 a.m. as well as medium weight. Yeah, okay. I'm not where we are out of here. Thank you. See you guys.